Okay, peeps, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about the Defiance ETFs QQQY and JEPY's dividend announcement for November of 2023, which is basically in a couple of days. Let's get it. So the first thing that I want to bring up here is you guys can see our Robinhood portfolio here. We have actually purchased quite a bit of QQQY and JEPY. That's pretty much been our main focus for I think the last 2 weeks. But as you can see, we have quite a bit of shares. They're up on the day. Pretty much everything is up on the day. AMZ is actually back above $20, which is pretty impressive. Coney's sitting roughly about 19. Tesla, not really sure what happened here with Tesla. I think it's just, I think what's going on is investors are kind of punishing the stock as a result of the earnings call. So yeah, that's not good. We may end up picking up some more shares of Tesla here soon because of how incredibly cheap it is right now. We'll just have to see what the next dividend payment is going to be. But yeah, so we are probably actually going to pick up shares one more time tomorrow before the X date, which is on the 1st. And then we'll start switching over to other positions. So with that being said, let's get into what the dividend payment is. So I am on the Defiance ETFs website. This is the QQQY ETF. If we scroll down here, as you guys can see here under the distribution, they did announce it. It is a $1 per share dividend, so 65.78%. Again, this is paid monthly. So for those of you that are new here that don't know what these funds are, basically they pretty much, I believe they sell cash secured puts, which is considered to be a bullish position on the markets. And as a result of that, they harness yields, which they end up paying to investors. As you guys can see here, this is a $1 per share dividend. The current price is just over $18. Was actually higher than this, but again, the markets have been kind of getting destroyed lately. So take what we can get, right? And the monthly, it is a monthly payer, and the distribution rate's almost 66%. So pretty good in terms of passive income. So this is the QQQY. We click here on the ETFs. As you guys can see here, we do have the NASDAQ one and the S&P one, but there's nothing yet for the Russell 2000. So we've heard that they're supposed to come out with one for the Russell, but we haven't seen it yet. So we're going to keep an eye out for that. And if we happen to see some news about it being announced or launched onto the market, we'll definitely let you know. So now we'll go over to the S&P one. As you guys can see, the current distribution rate for basically November here is going to be just over 59%, which is pretty amazing. I mean, we've been investing in dividends since 2021, so just a couple of years now, and we have never seen a yield like this. It's really just kind of hard to believe, honestly, but it's real, and we have gotten paid from these guys. So you can see the net asset value is slightly smaller for the S&P one, but I think we would like to have definitely an equal amount of both. I would say is good. So scrolling down here, you guys can see that the current dividend for basically in a couple of days is going to be just slightly over what it was before. You get 59%, 91 cents per share. So this is what the payment amounts are going to be for this month. Or sorry, not this month, next month. I'm already thinking it's November. So we're going to take a look at the Defiance ETF performance over the month and compare it to the NASDAQ. So as you guys can see here, basically this gap right here, which is probably when the dividend was paid out, which is the reason why the share price fell as well. So basically it would appear that the price is only slightly down from where it was. So not a real huge drop, just like a tiny little teeny amount, about 2%. So that's not bad. But again, since the inception, the fund has been going down. One of the reasons why is because, obviously the dividend payment, but another reason is, as you guys can see on the NASDAQ, Unfortunately for these funds, they did come out right after the market started tanking. So basically, you have your high here, then a lower high, then a lower high, and also lower lows going on here. So that's kind of a bearish sign. That's not really something you would want to see with these funds. You want to see the price go up and basically have it mirror the NASDAQ going up steadily over time is really the ideal situation for these kinds of funds. But this is I guess you could consider this to be a falling channel. So once it breaks out of this channel to the upside, presumably the fund will go up in value. But as you guys can see, we've kind of been getting pummeled here on the NASDAQ pretty much since the highs in July. We've been getting a little bit smashed here, so that's not good. So we're going to go over to JEPY and take a look at the S&P version. And I am going to take a look at the SPX here. Now keep in mind that all of these indexes right here, SPX, NDQ, the RUT, and the DJI, these are the actual indexes. Whereas these ones down here are the futures versions of the index. So the futures mirrors the actual index itself. That's pretty much what the difference is. But you can see here on the S&P 500, we've kind of also been getting smashed pretty hard from the peak down to the bottom here, or where we currently sit. We're down almost 9%, so we're pretty much almost into correction territory, which, obviously is not good. But mirroring the price here, you guys can see that we pretty much have been doing almost exactly what the S&P has been doing with the JEPY ETF. So I suppose it's probably fair to assume when we see something like this, where the S&P is just basically going straight up, it would be fair to assume that JEPY will do something similar. So once again, you have your gap here, which is probably the dividend payment, would be my guess. And from the start of the month to pretty much where we are right now, the S&P is actually down a little bit more than the NASDAQ, or in this case, the Defiance version. So about 2.64%. But again, I want you guys to keep in mind that at some point this bearishness will end. And when it does, the markets will start to move up again. And, that would be good, right? We want to make passive income, but we also want to watch our stocks and our ETFs and whatever else we have go up in value too, right? So anyways, this is the what the Defiance ETFs are paying for the month of November. Hope you all enjoyed this content. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see y'all later. Peace.